2D, keep it green. Now, I believe that everybody knows the meaning of the color green. Okay, but what do we mean by keep it green? Does that mean we should always favor the green color? Never use red or yellow? No, this is not what we mean. Now, green is related to the environment. If you remember in Module 1C, we read about Planet Earth, if you remember that. And we described Planet Earth magazine as the world's greenest magazine. That magazine is green, very green. Why did we say that? Because that magazine focuses a lot on the environment. 1. Warm up. Discuss. What kind of environmental problems exist in the area where you live? Exist means it's there. Environmental problems, environment is the surrounding of the area we live in. Everything around us is the environment. And what kind of these problems exist that can be found where you live? Well, where I live, there's a lot of pollution. Pollution is like gases in the air, bad gases. Where do these gases come from? They come from heavy traffic, a lot of cars. I live in Jeddah, and in Jeddah the traffic is very bad, very heavy. And there's also a lack of recycling bins. We don't recycle. Plastic bottles, all these things, we don't recycle them. We just throw them away, and that is bad for the environment. What do you do to protect the environment? To keep the environment safe? To keep it green? What do you do? Well, I try to save water. Don't waste water. Just take the amount you need from water, and then don't waste the rest. And energy, electricity. When you are out of the room, turn off the lights before you go out. If you are leaving your home, turn off the TV, turn off the air conditioning. Save electricity. And I only throw trash in the trash bin. Not everywhere, just in the trash bin. 2. Read. I will play the recording for you. You listen and read along.
FAQ. Frequently asked questions. Eco News. 1.
We've just had the coldest winter in 30 years where I live. Does this mean global warming doesn't exist?
C. Don't be fooled. This is a single event in one country. We should always look at the bigger picture and think globally. Alaska and Canada are 5 to 10 degrees warmer than average for this time of year, and in Australia, the last 10 years have been their hottest decade since 1850. Remember, the weather is not the same as climate. 2.
What is a carbon footprint?
B. We burn oil, gas and coal to get energy, like electricity. But this creates carbon dioxide, one of the greenhouse gases that causes global warming. Your carbon footprint is the amount of carbon dioxide that you produce. Governments have taken measures, but everyone should try to reduce their carbon footprint by turning off lights, driving less, recycling, etc. There are many websites that help you calculate and reduce your carbon footprint. 3.
I'd like to get an electric car, but they're really expensive. Is it worth it?
A. Actually, the price isn't that high. Also, they cost less to run, and you don't have to pay road tax. However, they can only go 60 kilometers an hour, and you need to charge them regularly, so long journeys are difficult. Also, they aren't completely green, because they run on electricity. You should try a hybrid car, which can use normal fuel or electricity.
Alright, FAQ. FAQ stands for Frequently Asked Questions. Frequently means people do that a lot. People ask these questions a lot. Eco News. 1. Somebody asks, We've just had the coldest winter in 30 years. This winter was very cold where I live. Does this mean global warming doesn't exist? What is global warming? Global warming is a rapid increase in the temperature of the world. Not just a certain country, the whole world is getting hotter and hotter every year. So does this really exist? We just had a very cold winter. Don't be fooled. Don't be deceived. This is a single event in one country. This is not a rule. We should always look at the bigger picture and think globally. Think about the whole world. Alaska and Canada are 5 to 10% Celsius warmer. Alaska and Canada are hotter than average, than usual for this time of year. And in Australia, the last 10 years have been the hottest decade since 1850. A decade is 10 years. Remember, the weather is not the same as climate. Weather is like when the weather is rainy, sunny, cloudy. This is weather. But climate is the weather in a certain area in the whole year. That is climate. 2. What is a carbon footprint? Okay, carbon is a gas. Footprint, like when you walk in the desert, your feet will leave a footprint, just like this picture. But what do we mean by a carbon footprint? What do we mean by this? B. We burn oil. When you burn something, you start fire on it. Oil is a thick, dark liquid that comes from under the ground. And we burn gas and coal. Coal is a black stone. Why do we burn these? To get energy. Energy like electricity. See, electricity is an example of energy. Electricity is what makes us able to use lighting in our homes, to use air conditioners. But this, burning oil, gas, and coal, makes carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a very bad gas, and this gas is one of the greenhouse gases. It's just an example of one of the greenhouse gases, like a carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and some other gases that causes global warming. These gases are the reason why global warming exists. Your carbon footprint is how much of carbon dioxide that you produce, you make. Okay, so what is a carbon footprint, you ask? The answer is here. It is the amount of carbon dioxide that you produce. That is the answer. Governments, people who run countries and cities, have taken measures, precautions, but everyone should try to lower their carbon footprint by turning off lights. You're getting out of the room, why keeping the lights on? Turn them off. That is better for the environment. Take part. Driving less. Don't use your car a lot. Recycling, etc. There are many websites that help you calculate, do some math to know how much carbon dioxide you're producing. And they will help you lower your carbon footprint. 3. I'd like to get an electric car, a car that doesn't use gas. But they're really expensive. Is it worth it? Should I really pay that huge amount of money to get one? Is it good? A. Actually, the money you will pay isn't that high. Also, they cost less to run. Okay, forget about the money you will pay to get this car, but after you get it, you will pay less money to run the car. You don't have to pay road taxes. Taxes is the money you pay for the government. However, they can only go 60 kilometers per hour. They're not fast. And you need to charge it. When you charge something, you fill it with energy, with electricity. You need to charge them regularly, very often. So long journeys moving from one place to another. are difficult. It's very difficult to move from a faraway place to another because you need to charge it a lot. Also, they aren't completely green. They are still harmful for the environment because they run on electricity, and electricity is not green. You should try a hybrid car. A hybrid car is a mixture between electric car and a conventional car, which can use normal fuel like gasoline or diesel or electricity. B. Look at the highlighted words in the text and try to guess what they mean. Where are the highlighted words? Here they are. Charge, fuel, global, measures, reduce, and decade. Try to guess what they mean. Which one of them means make smaller or less? Read them in context. Read the whole sentence and try to guess which of these means make less or lower. It's reduce. When you reduce something, you make it less or smaller. 2. Any material that produces heat or power when burned. Materials like wood, metal, iron, these are materials. So any material that produces heat or power when burnt is fuel. We call it fuel. Like coal. Coal is fuel. Oil is fuel. Gasoline is fuel. 3. Actions done for a particular purpose. As an example, a law, that is measures. Governments are taking measures to reduce carbon dioxide. 4. Fill with electricity. When you fill your phone, do you have a phone? When you fill it with electricity, that means you are charging your phone. 10 years. A decade. Happening in or affecting the whole world. It's the remaining word. It's global, like global warming. C. Read again and write T for true or F for false. Is it true or false that electric cars are perfect for long journeys? No, that is false. Do you know why? Because you need to charge them. You need to charge them regularly, a lot. So long journeys are difficult, not suitable for long journeys. 2. Driving an electric car doesn't harm the environment at all. Electric cars are 100% safe. Is that true? That is not true, my friends. Do you know why? Because they use electricity. And we should not use a lot of electricity because electricity harms the environment, not good for the environment. 3. If you have a large carbon footprint, you are harming the environment. You're doing something bad. If your carbon footprint is high, very big. It is true. That means you are wasting a lot of electricity. You are not a smart consumer. 4. Making more carbon dioxide helps the environment? Definitely not. False. We should reduce carbon dioxide. 5. The temperature, how hot and how cold the weather is in Alaska has been 5 to 10% Celsius this year. Well, it is 5 to 10% warmer. It's hotter than usual. But that doesn't mean that the temperature is 5 to 6%. That is not what we said. We said it's warmer. 6. Australia has been having very hot summers. That is true. In the last decade, it's getting very hot. Now let's move on to the word bank. I will read these words for you. I want you to repeat them after me. Don't be shy, okay? Please repeat them after me. Environmental. Exist. Global warming. Don't be fooled. Decade. Weather. Climate. Carbon footprint. burn, oil, coal, energy, electricity, carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases, amount, governments, measures, reduce, calculate, worth, price, cost, tax, charge, regularly, journey, hybrid, fuel, material. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share it with friends. I will leave you now with the workbook exercise. Goodbye.